What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And as you can see right here, we now have the official information for Jewelry BONNEY, the legend Jewelry BONNEY that we had been waiting to see. I think this actually gets officially released tomorrow, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it's after the maintenance period or something, because there is a maintenance that's happening tomorrow for version 11, which is going to introduce the new Alliance feature. So I'm really pumped to see how that actually works. So I really cannot wait until that happens, and then we can get a little bit more information regarding that. But let's go ahead and break down the brand new Sugo Fest exclusive BONNEY. We have all the information here, and let's go ahead and do it. So first thing is first, shout out to Fideliast on the One Piece Treasure Cruise subreddit Discord for compiling this information. I don't know who was the original translator, whether it was Koala-san or Blazing Gamer, but shout out to those guys for the translations. But let's go ahead and break down the brand new Sugo Fest BONNEY. So BONNEY is a super type int character, by the way, just because we needed more of those, didn't we? Super type int Free Spirit Fighter, which is pretty much, we expected Free Spirit Fighter, but int is not the color I would have chosen. I don't think int is one that we needed. We have plenty of super type int characters. I desperately think it should have been a dex unit for sure. I don't understand why they keep compiling all these int characters on us. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's dumb. Anyways, BONNEY will go ahead and boost the attack of int characters. Again, another reason why that's just super annoying, but boost the attack of int characters by 4.5 times. 5 times instead if they have a recovery slot. That's a little specific, but okay. And then boost the attack of all other characters by 3.75. And so that's good. You know, she still boosts all other types. That's nice. Makes recovery rolls beneficial for all characters. And when the character hits with type advantage, change that character slot to recovery at the end of the turn. That's actually very reminiscent of another character that we already have in the game. Not one for one exactly, but it's pretty similar in a way. So if we bring up the dual unit Luffy and Zoro, their captain effect is somewhat similar, where characters who attack with type advantage will gain a Wano slot after they attack, which is dope. That's a really nice effect. It's technically a tandem slot, but because it's their captain effect, it becomes a Wano slot, so it's essentially the same thing, right? So it's cool. I like that she has that captain effect. It makes getting recovery slots a lot easier, and because she's an int character and she's based around, you know, getting recovery slots, she's just the perfect combination unit to versus Big Mom. You can run like a full int team with super type BONNEY as your captain versus Big Mom as the other captain, and that's going to be a really solid team, especially with some of the other effects that you're going to be seeing in this video here. But this BONNEY, like, already off the cuff, I'm pretty impressed. Though, personally speaking, I don't like the fact it's an int character. I think it would have been way more beneficial if this character was either a dex-based captain or if it was a class-based, kind of similar to what Gecko Moria was, where, well, yeah, he was an int super-type character, but it would have been cooler if, like, BONNEY was a fighter free spirit captain instead of just purely being an int captain. Still, nonetheless, you can't disregard this captain effect. Great multipliers, of course. Recovery slots beneficial. Lots of chances to get those recovery slots. So no real big problems there. I'm a big fan of that. The only thing that's obviously quite a big problem is she doesn't boost your crew's recovery. So it means that when you consume a recovery slot, you're actually not healing for, like, absorbent amounts like what other captains would be able to do. But I think it would have been nice if she had a health boost or a damage reduction effect. I think 20% damage reduction just would have capped it off for me. But the fact that she doesn't have any damage reduction, she doesn't have end of turn healing, she doesn't have a health boost, all of those things definitely notch down this captain effect for me personally. But I think still in regular content like clashes, arenas, Kizuna, this is going to be a really good special, or not really special, but captain effect to have. So as we already established, she's a super type character. The requirement just requires one of the supernovas. So you got Luffy, Zoro, Law, Hawkins, Killer, Uroge, Kidapu, X-Drake, and Bedge. So not a very difficult one to fulfill. But remember, if you are building an int-based team, there aren't many of these that are like super useful. I guess Halloween Law would be probably the best choice here. I mean, there's Limited Rare Recruit Killer, who's a color affinity booster. Not really too much for the other ones. I mean, maybe Legend Bedge, but he doesn't really work well with BONNEY in any capacity. But still, like, I don't know if there's not many int Luffys I can think of off the top of my head. There's not many good int Luffys at all. Maybe the free login Luffy that will come eventually is another int character that works with BONNEY in some way. Have to wait and see. But anyways, the super tight special changes all slots into recovery, reduces Sailor Despair, which is the fear debuff on the crew by 3 turns. That is ridiculously good. And then reduces her own special cooldown by 1, and then gives your super type characters, or the super int characters, well, will happen, right? This is an okay effect. I like that full slot change to recovery. It doesn't get rid of block orbs, and I still don't really understand why. You know, we have a lot of really good super tight special these days. I mean, I keep going back to V3 Boa Hancock. V3 Boa Hancock has a super tight special that just changes all slots, including block, into size slots and gives you an attack boost. Now, yeah, her special ability doesn't give you any other offensive capabilities, but still, that super tight special is still one of the best in the game, and we still can't really reach those levels of that. I mean, Goldie Roger, I think, is also kind of close because, you know, full board of orbs through block orbs and also locks them. This character, you know, changes all slots into recovery. It would have been so nice if it got rid of block orbs as well, because it just means you have to bring another character in your team in order to do that. Technically, because she's an int captain, you could run like Nami Robin, for example, use her switch effect to get rid of those orbs that you have, then use this super tight special, gives you those full recovery slots. That's really, really good. Because sometimes you might not really want to be using a special just to get rid of block orbs, and sometimes you want to just rely on the super tight special. But either way, this super tight special is not built around being offensive. This super tight special is just to give you an option. So it gives you recovery slots. Reducing Sailor Despair or the fear debuff is really good for a super tight special. It's kind of funny because in my video where I was talking about Legend Bonnie, initially when we saw that it was going to be a legend, I was hoping that the super tight special had like a really cool piece of utility like that. And in my video, I kind of suggested special bind removal would have been really, really nice. But they went with fear debuff removal instead, which I think is still a really good option after you see what the special does. This is a ridiculously good effect. And of course, on like 10-star difficulty NL, we know that that's a kind of a thing you have to deal with, is the fear debuff. And this unit now just removes it with their special. And then reducing her own cooldown, I mean, this is like a whatever effect. I don't like this. What's her cooldown actually? So I'm going to just pause this video right here because I realized after the fact when I was editing this video that the fact that she reduces her own cooldown with her super type special is actually really nice. Once you understand what her special does, the fact that it reduces her own cooldown with her super type special, and then you can activate her special ability to then reduce your other character specials. So the fact that she has this in her super type special just means that she adds an additional layer of utility that she wouldn't have otherwise. 12 turns, I mean, that's acceptable. That's probably with expansion, right? So it's probably 13, let's be real. Not a terrible super type special at all. And her actual special ability, which, as we said, 12 turns. This is a good special, though. Let's have a look at this. It reduces 10 turns of slot bind and special bind on the crew. That's really, really, really good. And then reduces special cooldown of all characters by 1, and reduces the defense of all enemies by 100% for 1 turn. So just already that alone, amazing utility there, really good. Does she have the ability with her crewmate effect to resist cooldown reduction? It looks like it makes recovery slots beneficial, and it looks like 10 turns of special bind removal for her crewmate effect. So that's a bit of a missed opportunity in my eyes, because if she had the ability to resist the cooldown reverse or reverse special reverse, that would have been good. But either way, I don't understand why she has the defense reduction. That's kind of like a whatever effect. Like, it doesn't make any sense with the rest of her kit, like, in any way. So I don't understand why that's there at all. Maybe one of the other characters that she releases with also does that. Like, it does like a defense down conditional or something like that. She also changes empty, block, and badly matching slots into recovery. So yeah, even though her super tight special, you know, doesn't get rid of block orbs, at least her special does it, so that's something to look forward to at least. And for 1 turn, boosts the attack of int characters by 2.5. Damn, dude. A 2.5 attack boost, and depending on how many recovery slots were consumed before you launch the special, you get a chain lock for 1 turn, minimum of 3 times. So minimum, you're getting all this utility. Pretty decent orb change, especially with those super tight specials. There's guaranteed full board of slots, and you get an attack boost and a 3 times chain lock. This is one of the better units in the game, that's for damn sure. They're definitely getting pretty strong, and if we're getting characters like this prior to the release of the anniversary, which, by the way, for those who don't remember, the anniversary Sugo Fest should be debuting on the 12th of May. This Sugo Fest, obviously, is going to be debuting on the 26th. So, you know, if we're getting characters like this before the anniversary, what are the anniversary legends even going to be at this point? Now, remember last year we had the situation where we had Shank's crew, who debuted, you know, a couple months prior to the actual anniversary for Japan. And, I mean, to this day, you'd probably say that Shank's crew is still better than all of those characters that released during that anniversary period. So we're going to get into a situation where, you know, Bonnie and Bedge that released right before the anniversary are still considered better units than the anniversary. I sincerely hope not, because I would think that characters like Law, Kid, and Luffy would be probably given a little bit of leniency and given more powerful units comparatively to Bonnie and Bedge, but I'm pretty excited to see what they're going to be doing with that. I digress though. Talking about Bonnie once again, I think this is a phenomenal unit, and this is pretty much what I was hoping for. I was hoping for a character with really good utility and some nice of boosts that this character can provide, and this this character can do that. The only thing that I really don't like about the unit is, number one, it's an int character, and number two would be that the captain effect doesn't give you really many defensive opportunities. You know, we obviously had Bedge, which was a huge defensive beast, and now we've got Bonnie, who's more offensively based. You've got a chain lock, you've got an attack boost, you've got utility, you've got a 5 times boost to that int typing, of course. Int is still one of the best colors in the game. Has access to Halloween Mihawk, Halloween Law, both of which have amazing utility captains, versus Big Mom is still around as well, Legend Moria, the V3 Blackbeard, who I'm not a big fan of, but he's still around, he still does things, right? So, this is another phenomenal unit to add to the already crazy characters that we have in this game. Now, just speaking of the, look, I don't think we have full translations for the other effects, but I would assume at this point, actually, I think I've got it on the subreddit Discord real quick, the support effect attaches to any of the supernovas. You can tell that would be the supernovas, and it says right there that it looks like start of the final battle, reduces the character's special bind by 2 turns, and then also give them a recovery slot, and then make them beneficial for 1 turn. That is a fantastic ability. Very, very good effect. And she actually does have the Pirate Rumble stuff as well. The Pirate Rumble stuff is here, and it says in 27 CT, it inflicts a large range with attack down level 5 for 15 seconds, and it will apply attack up level 5 for your int allies as well, and then rewinds the CT by 25% for 2 enemies with 80% or higher charge special. That's pretty awesome, like really good debuffing abilities, and yes, she is considered a debuffer. And her ability, so her passive, is int allies get level 5 attack and all enemies get level 3 defense. That's ridiculous. This unit is also going to see, I reckon a little bit of play. You know, debuffers aren't typically the characters you want to be running on your team, because you're wasting a spot for potential damage, so you're losing out on a lot of damage. But on a defense team, this could be quite devastating to go up against, that's for damn sure, with Bonnie reducing your character's CT, so their specials aren't going to be up as quickly, and then also reducing your defense with her passive as well, attack down removal with her special. A pretty interesting unit in Pirate Rumble for sure, but I think in general, I think her abilities in regular play are great. I don't know if this is exactly what we were expecting, but I think this is a pretty solid unit in general. But one thing for sure is ain't nobody gonna get this character Rainbow. She has Hunger, which is very hard to get a hold of, the Fear ability as well, which is also kind of hard to get a hold of, and she has this new ability, which we've known about this ability for a while, but no character has ever received it, which is the like reduction of heal cut, whatever it's called. So any health that you receive, so while you got this debuff active, any recovery you get from a special, recovery slot, anything, is cut by a percentage, so it can be 90%, 50%, whatever it is. So this ability will help remove some of those turns of that. We don't know if it has any other crazy ability, because we know with Hunger, it reduces that debuff, but then every time you heal, you get an attack boost as well. So we don't know if this has an extra effect on top of it. We'll have to wait and see. But it does make sense that she has the Fear debuff to resist Fear, so that she can use her ability to remove special binds. Just, I think in general, this unit is very good. It's just the fact that I don't know who's going to be wasting their gems during this opportunity right now, when we know the anniversary is just around the corner. Who is realistically using their gems right now on a character like this? I'm not really too sure. We'll have to wait and see. But thank you so much for watching this video today. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about Legend Bonnie down below in the comment section. And if you guys enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with all the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.